then do dress talk, and we'll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I hit live. We should be live.
Oh boy.
Now's the part where I have to refresh 7 times in order to see it. Oh god, Twitch isn't muted. Ah, the echoes of myself.
Ah, the frizz in my hair. Okay.
Confronted with the infinite reflection.
And what then?
And what? How you feeling, Michelle? Hi, Maddie.
I'm feeling happy that it's Friday. How are you? How are you feeling,
Also
Maddie?
very happy it's Friday. Where's my dashboard? The dashboard. Stream manager. Is that it? Yes. Oh, it's sideways. Kevin, are you also happy it's Friday, or are all your days the same day?
Right now, they are all the same.
All
I'll
your
be
days
working.
are Bugsnax.
They are all Bugsnax. I've got more to do tomorrow and more to do Sunday, but that's okay.
I'm sorry.
I mean, no, don't be sorry. This is a choice I've made for myself.
Nonetheless.
Nonetheless, I mean, even though it is my own fault, I'm in the position I'm in.
That is often how I feel when I'm like, I shouldn't eat this ice cream. I just had 2 Hershey Kisses and a peanut butter ball, and I had a stroopwafel for breakfast. But I'm
Wow, that sounds like an amazing day.
Hi, Jams. It does sound like a good day. Yeah, what part of that is I'm in the position I'm in because I created this hell for myself? Because that sounds great.
Because I will regret the sugar intake.
Yes.
I guess also, last night I had a Thai iced coffee at 7 p.m.
It's the dream.
Well, I didn't get to dream. I was up very late.
This is a regret that will be regretted in the future. Not now. Now it is good. And the same is true for me. I made choices a long time ago that I'm paying for right now.
Yeah, I guess so. You're the wakeful night after the Thai iced coffee, Kevin. That's where you're living.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Basically, it's why did I write so much dialogue? Why'd I do it?
Why?
Because that's a good game that we like, is games with dialogue. Speaking of which, we played a game on Tuesday.
We did.
We did.
We didn't share it with you guys because I didn't drive it. Kevin did.
I mean, this was for
and also not for you. It was for us.
Yeah, this is our own personal friends at home, but this is a game called Death Come True, from I think the writer of Danganronpa, just like a small self-contained full motion video game about an amnesiac waking up in a hotel and getting into a lot of trouble real fast.
Oh yeah.
I will say that there's sort of a FMV renaissance happen. That's the word. An FMV renaissance, and I'm here for it. I do like it.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot more of them these days, and they're not all nostalgic throwbacks either. I think it's like an evolving medium all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And this one was like a choose your own adventure movie, was kind of how they build it, as with Death Come True. But it was pretty short and it was really good. So everybody should get on that shit.
The production values are really high in the video itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is like very crisp to look upon, and then you get once you beat the game, you get all these little like very clutch death tokens. The art on them is very good.
Right. Each one symbolizes a different bad end that you got from being murdered.
Muddled. Yeah, you get muddled in several different ways depending on your choosing of your very much choose your own adventure novel style movie. It was very fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Could have used more Jiro Sato.
It could have.
But what couldn't really?
That's true.
Did you guys lose? Dang it. I keep looking at the wrong thing, so you guys keep losing the stream. Sorry.
It's okay. We'll survive. All right, talk about dress problems, Stephanie, while we get that back up.
I mean, like, this is a very wholly uninteresting conversation, but very, very reflective of who I am as a human. Which is to say, that wedding I have to go to next week, I was like, I'm just gonna wear something that I have. And then I was like, well, the thing is, my hair is green, that dress is purple. It's a barn wedding, but my cowboy boots are red. None of my shit matches. So now I've torn apart my entire closet. Like, my room is strewn with clothes, different skirts, different pants, different tops, just tons of stuff everywhere. And I've put them on, taken them off, and I've scoured the internet trying to see if I want something. And I've hit the point where I'm like, I was gonna do a crossplay of a gender bent of Booker from BioShock Infinite. What if I took that shirt of the black shirt with the white collar, but then I like cut out the back and do like a lace doily back? Because I can't find this shirt online. I could probably make it myself, can't I? This is where I've reached.
This is a conundrum and a problem, and remind me about this after, because I should send you pictures of the red dress that I have that I've worn to multiple weddings, and it's been perfectly adequate. And maybe you can just do that and pin it so it's smaller on you, but
yeah, I've just like...
This is a conundrum, but it is a conundrum that I do want to say, everyone in the chat who's probably like, the fuck are we talking about dresses for? We are off next week. Because Stephanie's going to this wedding.
Yeah. I could stay at home and wear nerd shirts and play video games, but instead I'm gonna go to a barn and have my Switch and play Crystal Chronicles with very bad internet connection, I assume.
In a barn.
In a barn?
In a barn.
While people devout their love to each other or something. I don't
know. That will be a background element to your playthrough of Crystal Chronicles.
Sure
like the bucket that carries us all through Crystal Chronicles. That is the love that we should.
Yes. So, I'm just like, this is like very typical Stephanie, where I'll show you a picture, Michelle. I have a very fine dress that will probably do. However, I've gone too far. I've ruined myself. Which is kind of how this podcast has lasted 8 years.
Yeah. 8 years of us vowing love to each other, really. RD says, I've always hated weddings. I agree, RD. Most people hate weddings.
Yep.
Pretty bad.
I think. Most people only like the party after the wedding, anyhow.
It's true. And I won't know very many people at this party or this wedding, but my family, who I do enjoy most of the time, so...
I really wonder why weddings don't just skip the boring part and do the party.
So most of them I feel like I've been to lately have taken the ceremony part and squished it down to like 20 minutes.
Shortened it
real good. Michelle and I went to
that's good.
a like ceremony reception thing at a park, and they did the married part, so we just had the reception part. So we did.
Cool.
Which one was that, Lauren?
That was, Wills.
Oh, Wills, yes. Yeah, but we had to drive for 2 hours, so that was like sitting in a Catholic ceremony. Get to that part.
Yeah, that's true. But Lauren was like a crisp 20, and it was in the same
crisp
place
20,
as the reception.
Same exact spot, so you didn't have to move. And I was like, that's kind of how to do it.
I'm remembering the reception at the zoo.
I remember the reception at the zoo. Stephanie didn't go that one, but
no.
it was delightful in theory. In that it was the wedding ceremony happened also at the zoo.
The wedding ceremony was at a church.
It was at the church at DePaul, wasn't it?
Right.
Yes.
Just a big formal boring church.
That was a Catholic wedding, so it definitely, but I think there was a Catholic wedding abridged, so it was like a 45-minute Catholic wedding, which was really nice.
That's really short for a Catholic wedding, I'll tell you that right now.
And then there was, let's get TMI here since we're already doing that. So Catholic wedding, there was a period of time between going to the zoo for the party part and that, where we went to a restaurant, and it was a sports bar where I had to leave and go on the phone and cry because my sister had just gotten engaged to a guy that she'd only been dating for 3 months.
Now she's engaged him for like 2 years.
I returned to the sports bar and consumed sports bar food. Then we rode to the zoo where there was a cocktail hour in the gorilla exhibit. which was like pits where the gorillas lived, and then you had these rocky pathways, which was delightful, except for I was in 5-inch heels on rocky inclines.
Were you wearing the black dress that time?
I don't remember
which dress. That's okay.
I don't think it was the black dress, but I was wearing the Jessie heels.
Okay.
The Jenny Jessie heels, if you remember those,
that's
which
why
have flowers on them.
Because those heels were like 5 inches, yeah.
Yeah, those heels are fucking bananas. Gorillas. And then we rode in little golf carts to where the actual reception would be, which was under like a gazebo structure during a torrential thunderstorm.
Oh boy.
Just sheets.
The rain just slid right into the tent that was around the gazebo and formed a giant pool under the table I was sitting at.
Oof.
Yeah, and so you were like stranded in lake table, whatever, 5 or whatever, and then there was another table that was getting actively dripped on, which luckily we were not sitting at. But I think you were at a different table than us, so I didn't have that problem. But
it was very fun.
Very memorable. It was a good time, that one, actually. Like all of the things that I listed that were bad, honestly, it was a good time.
Yeah, I would say, like, everyone in chat's like, the last time I went to a wedding, I was a child, and I don't care about the people getting married, except tangentially. Yes, those weddings are also the pits, especially when it's family, and they're like, I remember when you were this tall. Oh my god, it's been so long. And then if you're with my dad, every single time, so I was like, Scotty, are these your kids? They're so grown up. And he goes, that's what happens when you feed them. Every fucking time. Every single goddamn time of my entire fucking life, that line. Anyway, so it never gets
That's
better.
what James and RD are saying, are that those weddings are terrible when it's not people you give a shit about.
And even now,
for the most part, though, our friends are not getting married. We're going to other people's friends. Like, it's like Tony's friends.
Yeah.
Getting married.
I like two of my friends got married last weekend, but like at the library where they work.
Aww.
Like,
that's fun.
And
that's cute.
Like so basically it wasn't like a thing. People didn't go to it.
Right now, you can get married online because of Corona for $60, and I'm like, damn, if this is the time, this is the time. Sorry I couldn't invite you to my wedding. Corona's happening and I was at home.
Look, if you get married online, I know everybody's like, you have to invite just me. Like, no, but so for real though, like, if you get married online, I have to be the witness because I have a cardboard cutout of Aaron's head on a stick.
No, see, I think
a velvet jacket.
I think you're exempt from the witness with the online version.
Ah, damn it. When am I going to use a cardboard cutout of Aaron's head on a stick?
Never! Throw it away!
I refuse!
I hate
You could have been using it every Friday.
I could have. Hey.
No!
I can't.
Don't!
I could go.
No! For the love you bear of me and this game series, do not get that head.
Tony could get it.
He doesn't.
If he's watching.
Yeah,
it's in the room that he's in. There's a Gannett box on top of the cabinet in the corner, or on top of the dresser in the corner, and inside that Gannett box is a cardboard cutout of Aaron's head on a stick. Anyway, I guess we should play this video game.
Yeah, I guess so. Moral of the story is, weddings can be fun. My brother's wedding was one of the best weddings I've ever been to. And actually, it's like, it was the best wedding I've been to. And, you know what? Everybody else I've told, like, don't make me your bridesmaid, just let me come, please. Bridesmaids are work. But, you know, parties are fun. And the older you are, and if you choose to drink, that helps sometimes too. But also, cake helps a lot for me. Good cake goes a long way.
Cake goes a long way, yeah.
Alright. Anyway,
I have to be a bridesmaid whenever my sister gets married to that guy from the story that we discussed. Yeah, they've been engaged for a long time, so that makes it better. But at the time, it was like, it's only been 3 months.
Yeah.
After you just got out of a relationship you were in for 5 years.
Yeah.
Oof.
But they seem to be doing pretty well, so less worrisome, at least.
Yes.
Something.
Anyway.
All's well that ends well.
This is Object to This, normally an Ace Attorney fancast, but This is us playing Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations Prosecutor Path, the second game in the Edgeworth series of the Ace Attorney franchise. I am your game driver tonight, Stephanie.
I'm Michelle, the only thing stopping Stephanie from making an entire dress in a week.
I'm Kevin, a gorilla at a wedding reception.
Have you ever seen Cromartie High School? This is off topic already.
Yeah.
God, there's... Okay, actually, this is all for chat, because I know you have, but go watch the episode of Cromartie High School. Well, first off, that series is about a normal kid going to a school for delinquents. It's an ugly show. It's important that it's an ugly show.
It's not as ugly as JoJo's, though.
No, it's not. Each episode's only like 15 or 11 minutes, because it's like they're half episodes. But there's an episode, because there's a gorilla that goes to their school, and he goes on a life quest where he works at a sushi restaurant. And he repairs a father-son relationship over sushi and bananas.
Good news for Stephanie. Tony can't find this picture of Aaron's head on a stick.
God.
Oh no.
And so anyway, my brothers and I still to this day go, gory. You can't just make banana sushi. Just because you like two things doesn't mean you can put them together. Oh, is this what I've been doing all along with my son? Gory. So we just scream the word gory at each other. Which has a little relevance to Ace Attorney, because like gory.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And here we are.
Here we are.
And here we are.
We were so last time we had talked about somebody else taking over Edgeworth during this assuredly long and contentious battle between Edgeworth and Sebastian.
Stephanie, you gonna be Edgeworth?
I can do Edgeworth for now. If Minnesota girl comes up though, you might have to take over for her also.
Yeah, I'll take over Minnesota.
Yeah, Kevin turns out has a fantastic Minnesota accent.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. So we will proceed.
All right. Forgotten Turnabout beginnings part 2. All right.
Why we suspect K. A color book by me, Sebastian. I am the best in the world. No one else can do what I do. Yes, that's why I was the first to realize that Kay Faraday is the culprit. Broke into the meeting room in order to steal something. In other words, she's the only one who could have killed Miss Crane.
His logic's as awful as ever, sir.
Harsh words. Coming from you, detective. I asked you for some basis to your claim. Wait, I asked for some basis to your claims, yet your reasoning has told me absolutely nothing. However, we have no evidence to prove she didn't do it either.
Don't worry, Kay. I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth will pull off a miracle.
You think my deductions are some kind of miracle work? You'd better not disappoint me. Understand, Miles Edgeworth? Because if you do, this weep of mine won't stay silent. Alright.
Best, no one should do, I do.
Already. I've noticed 2 contradictions in your testimony.
Reasoning is flawless. It doesn't contain even a single contradiction.
The number of contradictions has just increased to 3.
Oh, I get it. This is all a part of your plan to mislead me, isn't it? Well, too bad, because the best will not be led astray.
If you believe Kay's the culprit, then I would like to hear your basis for your reasoning.
Just sit back in awe of my brilliant deductions. Nothing escapes the watchful eye of the best. Before I had even laid eyes on the crime scene. No, before I was even aware of this case. Yes, I knew that she was the culprit. Ow!
basis of your reasoning?
Ma'am. Well. She broke in.
To steal something. Steal what exactly?
That's,
What Kay Faraday tried to steal was a file. Its contents, to be exact. An investigation report regarding Prosecutor Edgeworth. Do you have any evidence to prove she needed something like that? I am not the one who needs to present evidence. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? Yes, I suppose that may be true. What? At any rate, Sebastian, please continue your reasoning.
I feel like I've accidentally unloaded all the characters on
Yeah,
Stephanie.
now I'm
You know
everyone.
what? It's time for Stephanie to be everyone. Everybody else here has been everyone.
Yeah, but I also like to remind you, I'm the one who has to do all the logic puzzles.
Yeah.
Hell.
It's stressful. Do you have any evidence to prove that no one else but Kay could have committed the crime?
Nope.
Sebastian, let me tell you what would be the best thing for you to do. Look into any other possible suspects besides Kay. Right now. Post haste.
Well, that's not logic either, Edred.
The best thing for me to do? Look into any other possible suspects.
Do you want me to take Courtney?
Yeah, take Courtney.
According to the preliminary reports, there were no traces of anyone else besides her.
Even so, isn't that too premature to declare that she is the culprit?
Declaring that she isn't so early in the investigation is a little premature as well, is it not?
Only I had evidence to prove Kay's innocence. Good grief. There's a limit to how much you can falsely accuse someone. It's fine, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have to. Fear not. The truth will be revealed soon. Mr. Edgeworth, Kay couldn't have murdered Mrs. Gray. I can just prove that she'll be clear of suspicion.
In the world.
Respect beginning.
So, I guess we have to find the contradiction.
I guess they kind of said we have to prove that someone else could have done it.
True. Well, what have we got?
We think it's that statement.
Yeah, it's the only one that's like at all declarative, I think.
Yeah, she broke into the meeting room. I don't think we have anything to prove that she didn't break in.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and that's all we have.
Okay, so the only one who can have done it. The emulator is struggling.
Yeah, we are also struggling with reading, which is just something that's also happening. But let's see.
We struggle with reading when the emulator struggles too.
Yeah, it's true.
Letter.
Ticket stub. Well, there was somebody else there. I think that's helpful now. Some victim's possession. Stab wound, head wound.
Wow. I mean, the only thing we have is that she was attacked on the roof.
But that's also just based on her statement, right? So.
Yeah.
Unless it's the previous.
Unless it, yeah, maybe it's the statement that she came to steal something, but in that case, like...
But yeah, I don't know how we falsify that.
We don't have evidence that the meeting room wasn't broken into. The other thing is, so this is a stretch, but it's Ace Attorney, right? So she didn't break into the meeting room. She had a meeting with the dead lady, because we have a letter to Kay that says, come meet me or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So she didn't break in to steal
true.
something. She came in invited to have a meeting with the lady.
That's
True.
But that's so she definitely killed her.
Right.
Well, the point isn't to make the next point, it's to make this point.
Yeah.
Wasn't that?
Oh, that wasn't it. That was too much of a stretch, I guess.
Well, so the other possibility is there's that key card that opens the room.
Which was in the victim's possession.
Right.
Right. Which, I mean, is a flimsy thing because, if she's a thief and all, she could find her own way in, but, maybe they are the ones who insist that the room is impenetrable without the key card.
It's worth a shot. It's worth a shot.
Do you think on this one or the second one?
I think that one.
Yeah, I think this one. Give it a try. That was it.
All right.
Ooh, flimsy, flimsy, flimsy.
It certainly sounds like you are quite familiar with this room.
The best men for the job should know all about the best places.
Unfortunately, it seems that you are not the best man for the job.
Are you mocking me?
Yeah.
That's for you to decide. You didn't even know about this.
The truth is
key card,
relative.
Did you?
Of course I know about that. You need it to enter this room. Was it really needed?
This foolish fool simply doesn't know when to give up.
Oh.
Sebastian, do you really suspect Kay?
That's right. She's the only one who could have done it.
Well then, allow me to ask you. Since this room can only be entered by using a key card, how did she enter the room without one?
Yeah, well, she probably used this and that and...
Oh, did you pull a muscle? Allow me to explain that. The door could only be opened by members of the PIC, which means...
Yes, that's correct.
She conceded so easily.
Take a look at this. It's a record of this room that I investigated just a little while ago. At 12:52 a.m., the door was opened using Miss Crane's key card. It's probable that the killer entered the room together with the victim, Miss Crane. After entering, the situation must have soured, leading to the murder.
Your logic holds, but it's still merely conjecture. And it would imply the killer and the victim were acquainted.
No way, pal. Kay doesn't even know the victim. That is merely an assumption on your part, unless you have any evidence to prove your claim. Evidence is everything, in court and at the crime scene. Without it, your argument is invalid.
In that case, I trust you have evidence to prove that Kay Faraday, the victim, were connected.
No, but you do. I mean, of course.
What? What?
This letter. was discovered by Dr. Young in Miss Crane's breast pocket.
The victim's belongings. Why did she withhold such vital evidence until now? Could it be? Was she waiting for the perfect time to reveal it? Come to think of it.
And the candelabra dealt the fatal blow. Estimated time of death is late last night. What is it, Justine?
While I do appreciate your enthusiasm, perhaps you should give your tongue a rest. You might pull a muscle.
I forgot about that sick burn from
I'll read it for you.
To Miss Crane, thank you so much for helping with my plan. I'm glad that we can help each other get what we want. It's like killing two birds with one stone. Please get revenge for 12 years ago. Kay.
In other words, Kay Faraday and Miss Crane were accomplices. They probably planned to steal something from this room.
Preposterous! But wait, this means the main culprit is...
It's still Kay Faraday, of course. It just means her crimes have increased by yet one more.
Victim's letter jotted down in my organizer. Everyone, there's a cat here.
Cat.
Oh, Skelly.
Cat.
There he is.
There he is. The main culprit?
Don't believe her, Kay. It's all a bunch of nonsense. There's no way Kay would do something like that.
Nonsense, not at all. The evidence speaks for itself. Wouldn't you agree?
I knew that they wouldn't suspect Kay unless they had some sort of proof, but to think they would actually have such decisive evidence. Skelly, I can't mouse if you don't...
Nicely done, Justine.
Thank you very much. I just showed him a bloody piece of paper and made some shit up. It works like a charm.
Your explanation is still insufficient. I can't accept such an argument.
Sebastian, would you please leave this to me?
All right, make sure you shut Mr. Edgeworth up once and for all.
I can't allow their allegations to gain any more momentum. I must turn it around here.
Well, I guess I'm done being Sebastian for a minute.
The letter from Kay, some made-up bullshit by me, Courtney. The relationship between Kay Faraday and Miss Crane is as documented in the letter. She roped Miss Crane into assisting her with her plan. However, for some reason, their partnership broke down. Miss Crane was murdered, but with her dying breath, she managed to retaliate. Her parting gift is this letter, which she tucked safely away in her left breast pocket.
Didn't she get stabbed on the left?
Testimony's even better than ever. Maybe the most perfect it's ever been, sir. Are you gonna be alright, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, of course. How unsightly, Miles Edgeworth. Save your stoic act for some other time.
Miss Von Karma, just whose side are you on?
I'm on nobody's side, Scruffy. When searching for the truth, it's best not to take sides.
Watch what you say, Miss Von Karma, or else Mr. the Best is gonna...
Best, you say?
Oh no, I
Well,
summoned him.
Well, I could tell you that the side I'm always on is...
How irritating. Well, I suppose that's one thing we can agree on. Reporter. Just what kind of relationship did Kay have with the victim?
In the letter, she wrote, Thank you so much for helping with my plan. Their relationship should be quite obvious. That's right. Accomplices.
I keep thinking I'm Courtney, and I'm waiting for Kevin to speak for Edgeworth. Sorry.
I mean, we can switch back if you want.
I feel like if we switch back, we're gonna have to switch back immediately. So for now, this is fine. That's why there's a delay every time. I would like to hear about Kay's alleged plan in more detail.
Just as she wrote in the letter, she wanted to steal something.
What's more, the center of the letter is Kay Faraday, so it's obvious who the main culprit is.
That letter could easily have been forged. It doesn't prove that she planned to steal anything.
If memory serves me right, wasn't she a great thief?
She's taking a break at the moment.
I doubt there is any thief who would inform a prosecutor about their upcoming crimes.
You have not met Kay.
Yeah, perhaps she simply returned to her trade without you knowing.
Preposterous! I've known her for 3 whole weeks, and she hasn't stole anything ever.
You can't return to a trade you've never engaged in.
I suppose I have no means of denying that possibility.
Faraday planned the theft, and Miss Crane got caught up in it.
I was with her 2 days ago. Absolutely not.
However, some bad shit happened.
For some reason, you say. It seems your explanation isn't very clear.
I'm sure the reason will become clear upon further investigation. But more importantly, there is no evidence to prove that Kay Faraday did not commit this crime.
Well, there is some evidence to suggest that she committed a crime. None of it can truly be called decisive evidence.
What about the letter that shows their complicity and the scene of the crime? I think it's fair to say we cannot decisively rule out the possibility that she committed the crime.
Do you have any evidence to prove that Kay was the murderer?
Haven't you been listening? We've been saying that this letter is the evidence.
Oh? And where is the letter? And where in the letter does it say she planned to murder the victim?
Huh? Well, that's... I've got it. It's a hidden message written in invisible ink that can only be read by heating it up.
Sebastian, I wouldn't get your hopes up for something like that. There is, of course, evidence that points to her as the criminal.
I think this is the statement, but we can press it.
You searched the victim's left breast pocket as well, but...
You found nothing, I presume?
Naturally, the officer who found the letter immediately brought it to the best man on the scene.
The letter was safely tucked away in her left breast pocket, right above her heart. I believe this letter carries Miss Crane's will for the criminal to be arrested.
Sebastian, you just got here.
I have no interest in your beliefs. What I'm interested is in the truth. You said that the letter was in the left breast pocket of the victim, correct?
I swear by the goddess of law, there are no lies or mistakes in my statement. The letter was indeed discovered inside the victim's left breast pocket. I'm gonna keep saying left breast pocket over and over.
The victim had been stabbed in the left chest area where the letter was hidden. This may very well be an important clue. I don't think that Kay wrote the letter that was in the left breast pocket. But unless I can draw more information here, that thought means nothing.
Chad is busy saying that Kay could have not done it because when would she have had time to plan it since she was busy tagging along with Edgeworth in Investigations 1 and 2. Like, her entire whereabouts for an entire month are completely known to Edgeworth.
Yes.
Which I would like to admit is all true, but you can't just be like, hey Courtney, I have a game for you to play.
It's like public news that like he did all that stuff.
Right?
Yeah, and that's what
It's
he's on trial for with the PIC after all.
So it's like, hey Courtney, remember how like I stopped a smuggling ring and then foiled an assassination?
She was
Like,
there. Like, totally there.
Kay was there in the pictures with me.
Yeah. And here are the pictures she took, and here, here's Gumshoe's statement that he was there the whole time.
There isn't a left breast pocket.
There isn't a left breast pocket, and if there was, it would have been full of holes.
Yeah. Which, the holes thing is what I was thinking of, but I didn't realize there's only one pocket.
Yeah.
But
Seems contradictory, I'd say.
Yeah, it's kind of a big...
It's the autopsy report, right?
I think so.
I think so.
That's my bet.
It was more like, what's the actual evidence to present?
Yeah.
The victim held on to the truth until her dying breath. A truly touching story indeed.
The voices of the dead are soft. One must listen carefully to hear their dying wishes.
Eat free, live free in prison.
Miss Crane has spoken. Kay Faraday is the culprit.
RD brings up that there were 2 weeks between Investigations 1 and Investigations 2. Those were necessary for Edgeworth to forget what Kay looked like entirely.
I guess so. Perhaps the voices you've been hearing are actually the whispers of the devil. What the fuck, y'all?
Hey, don't make fun of Justine.
Let's listen to the voice of reason. Judge Courtney, please take a look at the autopsy report.
There is no need. I remember it perfectly. The victim was stabbed in the left breast pocket.
Oh shit. No, it can't be. I've forgotten. My right's in my left. Oh.
The letter was found in the victim's left breast pocket.
And that's where the victim was stabbed with the candelabra.
Right, sir.
Precisely. It wouldn't have been possible to stab her without piercing the letter as well.
So it's not that there wasn't a left breast pocket, it's that there was not holes in the letter. We were right the first time.
Okay.
So, that begs the question. Why was the letter found in the victim's breast pocket?
Left breast pocket.
Simple. If it was placed there after the victim was murdered to throw suspicion onto Kay, somebody intentionally wanted to create this very situation. In other words, there exists the possibility that the letter was forged by the true culprit. The real murderer tried to pin the crime on Kay. That is the only explanation for the letter.
And in doing so, the murderer ended up digging their own grave, right, sir?
Wow, Sebastian's objection is
The culprit is Kay Faraday.
Hey, we should figure out who did the voice bite for Sebastian and interview that guy.
That'd be fun. I was just thinking about how the fact that the letter just signed K because maybe they couldn't spell Faraday, or they didn't know what her last name was.
Or maybe it was spelled with just the letter K.
Maybe. K.
Maybe. The letter was, it was actually found in the victim's other pocket.
What are you saying, pal? What are you even talking about, kid?
The officer's report was wrong when he said the letter was in her left pocket. It's actually in the... Ow! Oof.
Double
whipped.
A foolish fool who continues to make fool of himself. Is there no cure for your foolishness?
Why do you keep whipping me? And quit calling me a fool. Those are your 2 character traits. Ow!
I saved you the trouble of punishing him yourself. Indeed. Well, I had no intention of punishing him. The letter is stained with blood, no doubt because it was found in the left breast pocket. There could have been an error in the officer's report, unless Unless you were the investigator.
Say something, Justine.
I see you have no objections. Then allow me to continue. There's one potential suspect. There's one more potential suspect in this case. It's Larry Butts.
Don't be ridiculous. The killer entered this very room. There wasn't anyone else who did that besides Kay Faraday and the victim.
Jam says he was voiced by Sonic Shadows. That username rings a bell for me, but maybe I'm mixing him up with Sonic Fox. Oh, Sonic Shadows. Keep going.
To enter the meeting room, one needs a key card. And their reasoning assumes that the murderer and the victim entered the room together. This is what we overlooked. And if we just discard that assumption, then this evidence reveals other suspects besides Kay. What's he saying?
It would be the log, right? Because there was one other...
There's a blank one that we all just ignored.
Yeah. You're right.
Take that!
This is the key card Rutger Judge Courtney handed me earlier. The victim's key card was used at 12:52 a.m. And there's one more person who also used a key card. So you're saying this person was waiting to ambush the victim inside the meeting room? The key card was used at 10:50 p.m. I wouldn't say it's impossible.
No, it's totally impossible.
And what makes you say that, pal? You got any proof?
Of course I do. I myself am that proof. Yeah, I scrubbed my name off the list. I was the one who used that key card, after all.
Wow, it sounds like you're a suspect.
Is there something strange about a PIC member entering the PIC meeting room
Yes.
at 10:15 at night? That's chill, right?
That proves nothing. The fact that you were in here at all makes you a suspect. Or do you perhaps have any evidence that you didn't kill your colleague? Out of the room!
Such nonsense. What would I gain by murdering her?
I am not arguing your motive, I just said you could. Allow me to reiterate what you said earlier. I'm sure it would all become clear upon further investigation. Out of the room!
You sure were quick to accuse your colleague of being in cahoots with a thief, weren't you? So, that sounds like motive to me.
Why would I, a faithful servant of the law, commit a crime? No one has ever done that in my entire profession or the entire law enforcement profession. True enough, I entered this room. However, that alone is not reason enough to suspect me of a crime.
If Phoenix Wright was here, he'd say that that's plenty and he'd get you arrested in 2 hours.
I got my cuffs right over here, pal. Just say the word.
Udgy busts in through the door, just gavel, 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 gavel. If that's the case, please tell me why you entered this room.
I had some business to take care of, and some preparations had to be made.
Preparations? That sounds pretty suspicious, pal. Did those preparations take 2 hours?
Unfortunately, I cannot disclose what these preparations were. However, I'm sure you could hazard a guess. Prosecutor Edgeworth.
So, she was preparing for my hearing. She must have gathered all the necessary materials to take away my prosecutor's badge.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Who is this gonna be? It's good to see young people go head to head so ruthlessly.
I know
Who is
who
this
this is.
person?
Who is that?
Who is that?
Oh, boy.
This person who I've seen screenshots of, he's got quite a beard situation.
Yes.
He's an old person. Alright, who wants him? Me? You guys? Anybody?
Well, I guess this is a good time if we all want to swap back to our normal roles and then someone take this guy.
Okay.
Good point. All
Sounds
right,
good.
so I'll go back to Edgeworth and Sebastian.
And I'll go back to Kay and Justine and Francie.
And you know what? For your benefit, I'll keep the Minnesotan if she comes back.
Thank you. So Michelle, this is gonna be you.
This is my old man? Alright. What does Evel Knievel at age too old for this look sound like? That I'm just go with what I've done already. That takes me back when I was young. I'd always butt heads with this brash detective. And then
Why is
one
he
day,
sweaty?
he just disappeared. I hope he's still doing well. Everyone in this case has red coats. Sebastian has a red coat. The actor kid has a red coat. This dude has a red coat. Just so we can suspect every single one of them of pushing Kay off the fucking building.
Edgeworth also has a red coat.
This is burgundy.
Maroon. I don't know what color it is. I've been corrected. It's not. He's not sweaty. He's crying.
He's crying into his beard.
He's got a lot of prosecutor badges.
Oh, here comes the waterworks.
Chairman.
No. No.
Sorry, Skelly. That was a distressing noise I made.
And in this one image of Sebastian's father, do you understand now?
No, I understand nothing.
No.
How would that clear anything up?
As to why Sebastian is the way he is.
Why is he wearing a red coat? Now I have that answer, even though he's cribbing all of Themis Academy's looks all at once.
Fair enough.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh
Does that
God!
inform how you want to change that voice at all, or are you so good?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to. It will be hard to do old man Sebastian.
I mean, he does not have the same personality as Sebastian at all.
Okay.
No, I don't think. I think I will keep this weird old man voice. We'll see how it evolves from here.
Yeah. Chairman de Best. Curtsy.
Did she just say "to best"?
Hello, Courtney. You sure are full of energy today. And if it isn't little Von Karma, look at how much you've grown since I last saw you.
Sinister look. I don't like this look.
And
This looks bad.
And he just said the fucking worst sentence.
Little Von Karma. Is this referring to Francie or Edgeworth? Is a good question.
I assume Francie.
I assume Francie, but it could be both of them.
Sir, it has been quite a while.
A curtsy? You don't have to treat me like some sort of stranger, you know. Remember back in the old days when you'd sit on my lap and call me Unky Boo Boo? Oh, here I go again. Oh, how I cried back then.
I've just noticed his abs. His vacuum shield, his vacuum shirt to his abs.
Well, that's why I called this dude Evil Knievel, is because you gotta be ripped in order to do Evil Knievel stunts.
I was too distracted by the tears.
He's got a lot going on.
Sure does.
Pops, what are you doing here?
A member of the PIC was killed, and I heard that you were in charge of the case. What kind of prosecutor is followed around by his own father? Embarrassing.
Hold your tongue. Do you have any idea who this man is? Chairman of the PIC, former chief prosecutor. He's the right hand of the goddess of law.
Unky Boo Boo is the right hand of the goddess. No, Courtney. I'm just an old chunk of coal. There's no reason to speak so highly of Unky Boo Boo.
I hate you so much.
Please excuse my subordinate's behavior. I am... ...
The Prosecutor Edgeworth, isn't it? Along with his trusty sidekick, Dick Gumshoe.
Oh, gross.
I am Blaze de Best. I'm the proud father of that idiot over there. Well, that doesn't explain Sebastian's personality. If his parents were like that, how come he has such an inflated ego? When that boy was born, me and the missus were as happy as could be, you see.
But now, I don't even know where she's gone to.
You need a handkerchief?
Pop's mom's missing?
That's what I expected him to say. Ah, yes, Sebastian is an idiot, but he's such a good boy, you know.
Quite the doting father and son.
Hey, Edgeworth, what the fuck about that was doting? You want to walk me through it, bud? I know you've never experienced a loving parent in your life, but like...
I think he was being sarcastic, but...
Oh, okay. I hope so, for his sake.
Yeah, I think that was sarcasm. Because Papa Edgeworth did love him.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, he experienced love up until he was 7, but also he was through the lens of CNN, so, you know. Now then, Courtney, how's the investigation going?
Sir? We've established that the culprit is Kay Fair. We are currently focusing our...
There are too many uncertainties in this case. It's impossible to determine that she's the culprit. Surely you haven't forgotten the matter of the letter? I already told you it was just a simple mistake. The letter was in another pie. Ow!
You talk too much.
Now, let's all play nice. Everyone just calm down.
I'm sorry that you had to witness such an unsightly scene, Mr. Chairman.
Don't apologize, Courtney. I can follow everyone's logic, except Sebastian's, that is. That dumb boy of mine.
Hey, Pops! Chairman DeBest, I am a prosecutor. My duty is to bring criminals to justice. However, I won't make someone out to be a criminal without a sufficient motive and evidence.
I've heard about you, Fa Mulan. and your relationship with the suspect, you know.
Sorry, I grew up when Edgeworth grew up in the 90s, but I watched commercials for the movie Mulan where it was just the Emperor who would say, I've heard a great deal about you, Fa Mulan.
It's true. That commercial played quite often.
To share such a strong bond. ...
Kay has assisted the police in arresting criminals countless times in the past 30 days, pal.
Countless.
There are too many facets of this case that remain unexplored.
It's got so many abs, you're right.
So many.
I see. The bonds of youth are a wonderful thing indeed. But that is that, and this is this, you know? What the fuck just happened?
What the fuck just happened?
The prosecutor's office needs to resolve this case as quickly as possible. You catch my drift? I mean, just think of all the other cases that are piling up. There's no time to waste here. It's unfortunate, but you understand, right, Edgeworth?
What?
Now then, Kay Faraday, I'd like to arrest you now.
You're not the police. I mean, okay.
No, I won't let you. Kay's innocent, pal.
To defy Chairman DeBest is to defy the law. It would be a grave act of disloyalty. In other words, a hearing won't be needed. Are you prepared to lose your prosecutor?
You can't take my badge, pal. I'm a cop. You're not in charge of me. Mr. Edgeworth's badge. You can't do that.
Using a prosecutor's badge as a shield. What does the PIC come to?
Kay, you haven't done anything wrong.
Mr. Edgeworth, it was only for a short time, but thank you for everything, except when you yelled at me and screamed in my face and I had a really bad time on the roof.
I forgot what I looked like.
I forgot what I looked like. I'm sorry. But I turned out to be a criminal. We'll make sure to impart your impression to the
Uh, what should I do?
What would he do?
When I was young, I wanted to become a defense attorney like my father.
Oh, what would that man, my father, do?
One who can fight to save those in need. And right now, this badge is holding me back.
Oh!
A mere badge for the life of a dear friend. I don't even have to consider it.
That's my boy. Do it, Edgeworth. Do it, good boy, Edgeworth.
All right. Farewell, Mr. Edgeworth. Farewell, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Yeah, Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death.
Hold it right there, Judge Courtney.
What is it now, Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth? Throw it, throw. Oh, he's gonna place it. Ooh, there? This is your prosecutor's badge. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what is the meaning of this?
You're just gonna have to call me Miles soon. Consider this my resignation. I am no longer a prosecutor.
Mr. Edgeworth! What are you doing? Explain yourself, Miles Edgeworth. You can't be serious.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're joking, right? If you want the prosecutor, then
My only mission is to bring the truth to light.
You have a livable wage, Gumshoe. It's for the best.
If it's the prosecutor's path to turn a blind eye to the truth,
He said the thing!
He said the thing.
hey,
Ba-ba-ba.
then that title is worth nothing to me.
Ugh.
Yeah, RD says roll credits.
I will walk in the path that I believe in. I will not be stopped here.
I forgot what Francie's voice sounded like.
Well, this is all fan dubbed over, so. But that was pretty close.
Yeah. You're running away from Von Karma? From me?
No matter what you say, I don't intend to go back on my decision.
So, you're leaving me behind again? I'll never forgive you for this.
He is standing right here.
No. This is all my fault. I'm sorry. If only I weren't here.
Wait, Kay.
Slowest chase.
Oh, I thought they were gonna bang into each other comically.
Detective Gumshoe, don't follow me.
But, Mr. Edgeworth, what if you upset her again, boss?
I'm not your boss anymore, Detective.
That's just too much, sir. It's always been you and me. We've always been a team.
Detective Gumshoe, you no longer need to follow my lead. You also don't need to spin evidence in front of my face. You should try to accomplish whatever you can on your end.
But I like spinning evidence in front of your face, sir. No, this is why they kicked me out of the series.
According to James, in the end, the real Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations 2 prosecutor path was the friends we made along the way.
It's true. This is bad. We just let a dangerous criminal escape. Oh, and that girl too. How could I let her get away after all of my hard work? You see...
Rest assured, Mr. Chairman, this area will be locked down immediately.
Good. I expect the best from you, Courtney. Toodaloo.
Push the button. To be continued.
What do you call Ray? Boy, have we got a story for Ray.
Oh boy, oh. Damn. You know how I always complain in Ace Attorney how the stakes just can't hold up?
Yeah.
Man, did these stakes hold up?
Yeah.
Dang, we made jokes, but that was just a good bit. That was some good shit.
It was some good shit. It was. And it is a big leap for Edgeworth. I know he's done this before with Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth Chooses Death, but that was a smarmy letter about going on a vacation. This was actually him being like, if you're gonna manipulate me, I will give it up. Who cares?
This is like
Just
such good, like, we got to see the character growth happen.
Yeah, that was really good.
Dang. Alright. April 5th, 5:58 p.m. High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202.
Okay. She's not here either. Where in the world could she have gone?
My thighs are burning from running up those 13 or 14 flights of stairs.
I do not exercise.
No,
there he is.
knock, I'm here.
Mr. Shields.
What's going on, Miles? Why the long face? Take it from Uncle Ray. You won't be popular with the ladies looking like that. Like you just ran up 13 flights of stairs, my boy.
Don't give me advice. Why are you here? Did something happen?
That's my line. Have you seen the news about the murder at the PIC headquarters? Your hearing. Wasn't it there today? I thought you were murdered for a second. I found myself wondering if you guys had somehow got caught up in it.
Wait, it's already made the news?
I hear they're searching for a teenage girl suspected of killing an attorney. I can't imagine it could have been her, but it has been bothering me. Could you give me a full rundown?
The truth is...
Miles, are you trying to give your Uncle Ray a heart attack?
I'm not joking. She really did lose her memory.
On top of that, she's a suspect. That makes things even more difficult. Where would she have run off to? She lost her memory, right?
I was hoping she would return here, but...
Not likely. She felt responsible for what happened to you, right? Then there's no way she would come back here.
I know that, but where else could I look?
Calm down, Miles. This isn't like you. It's rare to see you get so heated up. Well, not that it's a bad thing. If you're trying this hard to save an innocent suspect from false charges, I'm sure you'd make a great defense attorney.
Actually, just a while ago, I turned in my badge.
That's why I'm in this office here, to collect all my shit before they touch it.
But that doesn't mean I've decided to become a defense attorney. There's more than 2 jobs in the entire world.
I thought that was what you said.
Whoops. I may have only known her for a short time, a short 3 weeks or so, but we've been through quite a lot together. And I know she isn't capable of murder, or thievery, or any other crime.
I'm surprised. I never thought you would go so far to support someone else. When Gumshoe texted me that you were looking for a job, I headed right over. I don't know if you even realize it yourself, but it seems a deep bond has already begun to grow between you and Kay. I'd say it even gives my bond with your father a run for its money. Watch your back, and
No.
he's going to die soon.
It's not that deep. She just keeps barging into my state of affairs.
Yeah, that girl can be quite a handful. But I'm certain that something has changed inside you since you met her. I'm really jealous, you know? After all, I lost my old partner. That's why you need to find Kate right now.
I don't want you to lose your bond like your Uncle Ray did. ... Well then, I have a proposal. We have no idea where she is, and searching around blindly won't get us anywhere. In that case, why don't we try searching for the cause of her memory loss? Maybe that could give us a lead.
I see. That might be a good idea. From what she told me, something must have happened to her at the Grand Tower.
Great, that's it. Let's get going then. Hey, at the very least, could you stop looking so grim? If you stay that way, Kay probably won't want to come back at all. I know you're unemployed and disgraced, but like, could you cheer up? You'd look prettier if you smiled more, Edgeworth.
Good grief. I'm no
And
match
you're
for this
missing
bitch.
an amnesiac teenager for whom you are responsible, but like, could you fucking cheer up?
This building is also attached to the PIC. How are we allowed to come back up here?
That's a good question. But
Well,
also, the other thing is Kay only knows 3 locations, and you check 2 of them. Like, check the roof and check the hospital.
Yeah.
But also, I'm pretty sure this rooftop is public.
Is public. You can buy a ticket up here.
But you know, if it's attached to a crime scene, you'd think that they would close it.
Lock it down. Gumshoe let us
Possibly.
in downstairs. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Alright, so it's like an hour later.
Yeah.
Seems it's already dark.
Still open on the day of a murder. You gotta admire their capitalist spirit.
Too real.
No, I don't.
But there's no one here. Looks like we've got the place all to ourselves except that old lady over there.
Who I can clearly see.
Prove Kay's innocence, I'll need to investigate her lost memories.
Well, should be easy.
Hey, let's go, Miles. We can investigate the roof as much as we want, so let's do what we can. Gambate, Miles.
Do what we can, huh? I suppose that's all we could do for now.
Begin investigation. Grand Tower viewing platform. Oh yeah. All to ourselves.
All to ourselves.
There's nobody here.
I mean, Ray was not looking that direction when he said it.
I think it just means that old people are invisible to him.
Wait, is there...
It looks like you can investigate the... It's a statue of a pony, sparkling in the twilight. The statue has wings. Perhaps it's a Pegasus, the flying horse of myth. No. There's a horn on its head. Could it be the legendary unicorn? But I thought unicorns didn't have wings. What's this? There's a plaque at the bottom. The title of this work is written on the plaque.
Is it by Pierre Huquet?
A magical contradiction. I suppose the only part of this work I was able to understand was the contradiction part.
Look at this My Little Pony expert over here, Miles Edgeworth.
I've never heard of an alicorn.
This is a very pretty scene, I will say. Like, the background sprite's very good with the city and the lighting. And good job, team.
Good job.
And the person in the red raincoat who pushed Kay off the tower. She said they came toward her from the direction of the stand. From that, we can deduce Kay was pushed over the railing onto this side.
Ooh, logic time.
The railing is about as high as my chest. It's unlikely that someone could fall from here accidentally. I don't see any particular problems with this railing. It's a cherry tree with branches spread wide. The flowers are nearly in full bloom. according to Kay's testimony, before she was pushed, she was standing under the cherry tree. It's a statue of a creature with the body of a lion and the beak and wings of a bird. These statues seem to be guarding the entrance to this peaceful park. It's an immaculate work, down to the last detail, but since it looks so fearsome, wouldn't it frighten away the visitors to the park?
Heaven's Tier.
Miles Edgeworth, so we meet again. What are you two doing here? Well, came all this way, so I thought we'd buy some cotton candy.
And what about you? You want folks to get the wrong idea about you?
Do not worry. I will decide my own actions.
What wrong idea would that be? That you eat cotton candy?
You're just a no-good ex-prosecutor. It's no wonder you got the act.
Wait, what? You got fired? You needn't be concerned with what happens to me. Are you sure? Oh yeah! What happened to Kay? ... Huh? Was there some sort of trouble between you twos? ... Anything I can do to help? How about an injection? It's fine. Our injections are answer to everything.
Skelly.
Alright, it's getting cold, isn't it? Let's go home. Well then, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, let's meet again soon. Bye-bye now.
I think that the grandma knew about Edgeworth being fired / quitting because Francie texted her.
Oh, probably. Oh, somebody finally made it to the stream. Hello.
Welcome to the stream.
Welcome. Welcome. You, sir, how about some heavenly cotton candy? Heaven's Tier.
Heaven Tier? Did they name them after the shape of the clouds you can see from here?
We tear a regular piece of cotton candy in half and then sell it without changing the price. That's why the name is Heaven's Tier, or its tail. We tear the cost in half while crying tears of joy.
That joke only works written down. If the customers knew that, they would be crying tears of sorrow.
Capitalism.
Capitalism.
You have to admire the spirit. And the worker who's just slightly behind that sign so we can't see him.
Yeah. Also that worker who's like, buddy, it's double the price for half the cotton candy. Oh, we found her.
Oh, my baby girl.
Climbing trees, huh?
Ow.
Hey.
Don't mind me. I was just admiring the view beneath the tree.
Fall out of that tree.
I didn't mean to fall. My foot slipped.
They couldn't even turn Ray towards the scene to make him look like he gave a shit, huh?
It's behind Ray, so it doesn't exist. You're a suspect, and yet you remained at the crime scene. That's not a smart thing to do. Even if you have memory loss, shouldn't you have realized this much? This whole time, while you were playing this silly game of hide and seek, I've been worried sick about you.
Sorry, Dad. Are you angry with me?
Of course I'm angry with you. Answer me. What were you doing here? Did you think I'd let you off the hook that easily, just because you have memory loss?
That's not it. I came here because I thought I could get your badge back.
What?
If I don't regain my memories, you'll never get it back. I thought if I went back to where I lost my memories, then maybe I would remember. I could just remember killing her.
Heh.
Hmm?
You're still the same as you were before you lost your memories. Your thoughts and actions have always exceeded my expectations. Without a doubt, you are the Kay Faraday I know so well. However, I cannot approve of your recklessness.
I understand.
Cut. Print it. It's perfect. You get 0 style points, Miles, or like negative points.
Ray just stares out beyond whilst Kay falls out of a tree and breaks the rest of her bones.
He clearly doesn't care about her bones. He cares about Miles Edgeworth's pickup lines. Here's how it's done. Kay, how about a hug?
Okay.
No. Oh, well then.
Mr. Shields.
It was just a joke, honest.
Wouldn't have been a joke if I wasn't here.
That's true. Thank you, Miles, for stepping in front.
We interrupt this program with breaking news about the Grand Tower murder case. The police believe the culprit is a teenage girl who was present at the crime scene and is still present at the crime scene. She remains at large and the police continue to search for her whereabouts.
Also, to remind us, this is 1 floor above where they were when she ran away.
Yep.
So,
Oh dear, this is getting pretty serious. Well, gang, what's the plan? We don't have much time.
indeed. It's only a matter of time before they find us here.
Jam says the best way to get style points is to completely ignore the injured girl and stare off.
I suppose so.
It is stylish, I'll give you that, but...
So then, why don't you tag along with us for a while, Kay?
That just caused trouble for you again.
Pains me to say this, but I've got nothing left to lose at this point.
The house, the husband, the dog. Mr. Edgeworth? What about your house, husband, and dog?
That settles it. We're all in this together now. Miles, you're in charge of proving Kay's innocence. Failure is not an option.
Yes, I understand.
Kay, I want you to help Miles with his investigation as much as you can.
Yes. I'll do my best.
Let's be quick about it before the cops find us here. Unlike some people, Mr. Uncle Ray still has a lot to lose, thank you very much. Like my suave attitude and my hat. Sheesh. If I lost the law office, I'd never be able to face Gregory. See you later.
Guess I'm just walking away.
He's got some stoicness to style points to get rack up.
Yeah.
This man, I'm glad he's on our side.
How are we gonna get the girl in scrubs covered in bandages around? Maybe Edgeworth and her should switch coats, like his coat for her little cardigan or whatever, so that way...
Looking again just to see if having Kay changes anything.
Is she following you or
not.
is she standing still?
Oh, I
She's
guess
just standing
she's
still.
Standing still. I guess I'll talk to her. From behind. Bad job, sprites. Yes? Can I help you with something? I came back here because I thought I might remember something.
Could you again go over what you told me before?
Well, it was raining, so I stood under the cherry tree to take shelter. And then a person in a red raincoat appeared. That person pushed me and I fell.
Can you tell me anything about the person in the raincoat?
I'm sorry. I don't remember that much. No just over their shoulder.
The moon? That moon over there?
Yes, that moon over there. It's just a faint memory, but I think the moon was in the exact same spot as it is now. It was floating just above the cherry tree.
Wait a second.
She could see the moon behind the figure in the raincoat. Okay, if you were giving testimony, I would object so hard right now. I'll be sure to keep it in mind.
Was the moon over there so we didn't have to draw the scene for the sake of the animators? Is that why the moon was over there? What do we recollect?
Mr. Edgeworth, for a while now, I feel like I'm on the verge of remembering something.
Is that true? Well then, please, speak freely. Say whatever comes to your mind.
Okay. I remember a faint scent. It was a wonderful smell coming from the counter of a food stall. I followed the fragrance only to find a perfectly sculpted burger resting on two golden buns. The tender and juicy patty made my taste buds sing with joy. Yes, I can remember what I thought at that moment. I want seconds.
I don't think this memory has anything to do with the case. Called yourself the great thief Yatagarasu. You prided yourself on being a noble thief who steals the truth. Do you remember anything about that?
Aha! Maybe I was called a noble thief because I won the Nobel Prize.
That's Nobel, not noble. And they don't give prizes for thievery.
RD, you were right. RD says her hair's so short, it should be way longer. It's true. Her hair should be way longer.
Because
It
my
could
hair
be really long in back and like short in the front.
because my hair goes down to like my hips, and when I cosplayed Kay, my hair was not long enough, like when it was up in that updo to be on top of my head. So like her hair should be like past her butt.
Yeah.
That's anime logics. Probably extensions. You're right, Maddie. Okay. Let's take a look at our logic.
The other thing I think is like maybe try presenting the Yatagarasu badge to Kay, see if it shakes anything loose.
That's a good call.
If we can. I don't know if we even can, but. Present. Yeah.
Do you like badges, Mr. Edgeworth?
Not particularly.
But you're always carrying around badges.
It is just a part of my job. And this badge is also a piece of evidence.
I see. So you carry around things that you don't like in order to train and strengthen your spirit.
That is just clearly wrong.
James was saying that when she fell off, her extensions were snatched and they're just vibing on a lamp somewhere.
Oh, no.
Very good image. Very good.
It wouldn't be out of character for Kay to wear extensions either, is the thing.
No, not
True.
at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think we can connect some logic.
Yeah, let's
Right.
try it.
Because the railing is where the person came from, but the moon was over there, and Kay was standing under the tree. I can
Right,
only
so if
connect
she...
two of them, though, right now.
I think if you do Moon and Kay standing, because she can't be under the tree and have seen the moon.
Yeah.
Right.
It's our contradiction.
No. Not exactly a
Um.
shining example of logic. Oop.
Well, the railing and the moon? There's our rules. Push K, K saw the moon, and it's in the same spot tonight. can't connect these right now.
I mean, you could try either one. At this point, I don't know which one would go with railing. You could try moon. Yeah, save.
It's possible there's a logic we're missing.
It is possible. It's just like one of the things where it's like, they all kind of vaguely go together, so which ones does the game want us to do?
I mean, we could do moon and railing was the one you were trying, right?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
About it.
Hey. If I recall Kay's testimony, a person in a raincoat approached her from behind the candy stand. Then this person supposedly pushed Kay over the railing, opposing the stand. Moreover, Kay said she saw the moon over the person's shoulder. However, earlier I confirmed that the moon is floating in the opposite direction. And on the night Kay lost her memories, it seems the moon was in the exact same spot. Therefore, the positions of the moon and the person in the raincoat don't match up. Her memories have probably become confused. After all, had she actually been pushed over the railing, she couldn't have survived the fall. Perhaps I should question Kay's memory of where she fell.
I don't know if I should connect or I should question.
See if you talk to her, yeah.
Yeah.
Just see if there's a new option.
So yeah, you just have to connect those. Where's she standing? I feel like they don't really go together, but they do.
Thanks, game.
But they do. Kay was not pushed over the railing on this side. After all, if you fell from here, you wouldn't even be alive in the first place.
But I'm certain I was standing under the cherry tree. If I fell, then the only place I could have fallen was over the railing.
Well, maybe the ground just opened up from under you and swallowed you up.
The ground here can open up? How?
No, it was just a joke, okay? Please don't take it so seriously.
No. Strange as it may sound, that may actually be the truth. Even if it's only a small chance, it matters not. Let's try searching the area around the tree.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to do something.
Very
The
important.
shimmy. So it's gonna turn out that Kay didn't fall off the entire building. Clearly, but I like it better when she falls off the entire building and is just fucking fine.
Kay could not have fallen over the railing. Oh, yeah.
It's more like, you know, because if Phoenix can fall off a 30-foot bridge and only get a cold, why can't Kay fall off
And
this railing?
I was thinking more specifically of if Phoenix could get hit by a car, walk home, and rip the side mirror off the car in the process. Take the side mirror, throw it in the garbage, and walk home, and then be like, Trucy, you'll never guess what happened at work today.
I guess there can only be one Highlander, and it can only be Phoenix.
That is the thing with Highlanders, is that there can only be one.
Alright, good.
Anyway, Kay could not have fallen over the railing. We've established this.
Yeah.
There must be something around here that proves it. I won't rest until I look at all the things.
Maybe that door looking.
This is.
It looks like a maintenance hatch. Okay, maybe you fell down here. Nah, just kidding. There's no way something like that could have happened.
I'm sorry. I just can't remember if...
No, that was just a joke. No need to take it seriously.
Wow, we found someone who's worse with an amnesiac patient than Edgeworth, and it's Ray.
Yeah, we did.
Right. So, when should I take you seriously then?
When indeed. Well, if you jumped into Uncle Ray's arms... Hey, Ray, stop it.
Mr. Shields.
I will get my sister.
Come on, Miles. It was just a joke. A joke, you know.
Oh, I get it. No one ever takes you seriously.
Ouch. That stung a little bit. Maybe you don't play stupid games, Ray. You don't win stupid prizes.
There's nothing unusual about this area. Flower petals are scattered all over the ground. Blossoms are not yet in full bloom, so the strong winds up here must be the culprit. Personally, I'd appreciate it if they spent a little more effort cleaning these petals up.
Why?
Miles Edgeworth hates anime.
I think I could have told you that. Well, Steel Samurai has fucking soccer pills everywhere.
True.
Right, but every time they fall, you pick them up. That's how it works.
I see.
Every single one. Flower petals. Is there something about the root of the tree?
That's what I was thinking, but...
The trunk?
Nothing in the trunk.
No, I think I go over, it turns out to be flower petals.
Dang.
Check the maintenance hatch for Kay's weave.
Aren't we seeing anything?
We can't connect that though.
Oh yeah, and we don't have a deduce on this one.
So we gotta examine arena and cranny again. Oh no, we already...
No, we gotta look more places. Okay. Probably look by the cotton candy stand, because it's more likely that she was by the cotton candy stand.
Yeah.
True. And if we could find out why she saw a person floating behind it.
Someone talk to that guy again.
What's that stuff over the side? That like box looking thing over to the other side of the cotton candy?
The announcement was happening.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna examine it now.
Just a helpful TV.
We're seeing live footage from the 50th floor. The investigation will continue through the night.
Mhm.
The 50th floor? Isn't that the meeting room for the PIC headquarters? That's right. You can see the shadows of the investigators behind those blinds.
Uh-oh, looks like making a clean getaway just got that much harder.
Seems we have no choice but to cleverly evade the eyes of the media.
Maybe Uncle Ray should have become a spy instead of an attorney.
If worst comes to worst, I may have to use Mr. Shields as a decoy. Or a shield, you might say.
Miles, just now you were thinking something terrible, weren't you?
I bet you she fell onto those clock handles.
Oh, I'm gonna inspect this TV now.
We can do something.
This appears to be a live news broadcast. In other words, what we see on the screen is how the Grand Tower looks at this very moment.
Does that mean we can be seen on TV too?
No. The camera is too far away and it's too dark to see us clearly. There's no need to worry. Certainly would be bad if Kay were to be seen on TV right now.
Oh, Map Op. Now this is the inner monologue I expect to walk in on. Welcome, Map Op.
I don't know if there's anything different besides...
We could
deduce something now.
Do you want to examine the tree area? No, it's just saying. Okay, so what does he want to know?
Oh, sorry, I forgot you have to click a thing to deduce.
A contradiction. A contradiction in the live news broadcast.
Police are searching for a 17-year-old girl suspect. Murder of an attorney.
Look at the map, because don't we have a map of the roof? Why don't we check that out and see if what we can see in this broadcast doesn't match the map? What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. I guess it's just the
Oh,
perspective
so-
angle.
Yeah, what does it say about that?
Oh, there's another floor between the PIC floor and the viewing platform. Like, go back to the TV. Because that's supposed to be the 50th floor, but on the TV there's another floor.
Should I like click here, or should I click where the light is on?
I think
I'm sure either's fine.
I hope either is fine, yeah. Map up, our amnesiac is doing bad, and her Edgeworth is doing better, and Ray is doing worse as a human.
How many floors this building has?
Of course, 50 floors, right? Just above the place where the PIC conducts their practically illegal cover-ups.
Good one, Ray.
How many cool points is that?
Couples are wishing for love. Kinda ironic, don't you think?
So, what's this dark area above the 50th floor?
Maybe it's the Tunnel of Love. Those are always dark, right?
Can we get Gumshoe back?
Can we get Gumshoe back?
The viewing platform we're on now should be directly above the PIC meeting room.
Actually, no, I want Frangie back.
Also, like, hey, Ray, how fucking old are you? I've never seen a Tunnel of Love in real life.
Have a
He's 36.
He's not old enough to have seen a Tunnel of Love.
However, the late night investigation is taking place 2 floors below us. This is a clear contradiction.
Is there a mistake in the pamphlet?
No, rather.
It's more natural to assume this building has a hidden 51st floor.
Yeah, it's more natural. I see. So that's where the Tunnel of Love is.
No, she's so pure and gullible. It's breaking Uncle Ray's heart.
Then why don't you take this opportunity to be more serious for once?
You just don't get it,
Miles, I joke around to make things easier for you.
You have yet to succeed. Yeah. On the contrary, his painful jokes only make things harder for me.
He's throwing Edgeworth off his groove.
I think we've got what we can.
Yeah.
And that is ironclad logic.
Unfortunately, it turns out that Kay didn't fall off a goddamn skyscraper and hit a car and jump off and be cool like she wants. Instead, she fell into a secret 51st floor, which is sad, really.
Yeah, because it's not that far of a fall.
An extra floor between the 50th floor and the viewing platform. Why didn't anyone notice it?
Normally, you'd notice it. I mean, how can you hide an entire floor?
That's where the problem lies.
It's pretty easy to hide a 51st floor if the elevator doesn't prompt the existence of that floor. And also, no one else is like on par with the 50th floor, and who's counting?
And at least here in the US, buildings hide the 13th floor all the time by just not naming it. You go from 12 to 14 in the tall buildings because 13's unlucky. So, like, this is not unheard of.
Yeah.
It is weird that it's the 51st floor. And it is also weird now that Kay is as injured as she is if she just fell one floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did either of you
Not that I think she'd be uninjured, but clearly she has like a concussion. So
Right. I mean, she could have just had a really unfortunate fall.
Yeah, maybe she hit her head or something.
Yeah, we'll see. Did you guys read the Wayside Stories series as kids?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That's all. Like, I think about crazy floor numbering, I think of that series.
Definitely. I'm reminded of a story about they made 2 elevators, one that only goes up and one that only goes down.
So they can only use them for one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we can continue.
That is where the problem lies. No one noticed something that should have been easily noticeable. In other words, it must be impossible to access the 51st floor through normal means.
I see. Maybe there's a secret portal or something.
Okay, now is not the time to be thinking with portals.
Wow. Wow, we did it. Hey, when did this game come out?
I'd like you to recall that hatch at the base of the cherry tree. Isn't it normal to assume there's a room on the other side of the maintenance hatch?
Uncle Ray likes where you're going with this. Maybe there's cake in there.
Let's hurry and check it out.
I'm a potato.
How many other portal references can I do?
Now, there we go. Now, let's see.
This is...
Looks like there's a lot of stuff down there. Is this what they call a storeroom? Yeah, James, that is actually a thing. In Japan, they skip 7, I think it is, because it sounds like the word for death.
Oh, I thought it was
Or
4.
it's 4, sorry, you're right, it's 4. They skip the 4th floor.
Because 4 is she, and she is...
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Teaching on she.
Yeah,
I
so
have to do it.
we do 13 here, and Japan does 4. But hospitals are more notorious for doing it than, like,
What's the
apartment
one?
buildings.
No, because I think 7 is Nana, but I think it is also something else.
It has 2 words for it.
Chico Roku Chiji? Shichi? Shiji?
Which Chichi, which has like the she part in it also.
Chichi.
which
Yeah,
is
so
why-
they might skip
Oh,
4,
that's
but they
fair.
might skip 7 because I learned Japanese counting in karate and we didn't replace anything, so I count very insultingly. Which I've always attributed to just my style of karate being fucking metal as hell, and I didn't even know it when I was 4 or whatever. Then I quit 2 Girl Scouts. But yeah, I looked it up one time, and also, like, the Wikipedia page is like, hit below the belt, who fucking cares? Ishimura karate, baby.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I think it is just that they're metal.
That's really cool, so you can go back in time for 4 minutes and go straight. Because of the death thing.
Because the death thing.
Nice. Nice. Alright. Looks like there's a lot of stuff down there. Is that what they call a storeroom?
There's no doubt about it. This is where Kay fell down.
Of course. And with this, the mystery is solved.
No, not yet. We still have the mystery of the person in the red hood who was walking in the mid-air.
Now, let's not get greedy, shall we? We've found the storeroom, so let's wrap things up here.
I suppose you have a point. It does seem to warrant an investigation.
Complete.
Just get that little bit back.
Well, if it isn't Miles Edgeworth.
Oh, shit!
Emma's
Whoop.
here!
Emma, what are you doing here?
Gross outfit Emma!
She was in the last one, so I guess that makes sense. Emma voices.
I already have a plucky young teen, so Michelle, if you want a plucky young teen...
I know you have a plucky young teen. I'm trying to think of Emma voices.
Kevin, do you have a plucky young teen voice?
You have a plucky teen that's not Sebastian voice.
I would not describe Sebastian as plucky. Do I have a plucky young teen?
I can do it if you don't.
I don't know that I do, or at least it's not gonna. I don't think it'll sound different enough. But
Okay.
I heard about this case from Detective Gumshoe. Since I was already in the area, I thought I might as well check out the crime scene.
What is this tie? Emma.
Her socks match the tie.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a look then.
this girl's name is Emma Skye. She's a high school student studying in Europe to become a forensic scientist. She's the younger sister of my former boss, and a witness in one of my trials 2 years ago.
Detective Gumshoe told me everything over the phone. He sounded really upset. He said you lost your badge at the Grand Tower and Kay became a mummy.
Please calm down. I thought you left for Europe just a few days ago. Don't tell me you've come back already.
Brought my teacher from abroad, too. He needed an interpreter, so I volunteered to help.
If your teacher cannot speak English, why aren't you with him right now?
He can still communicate with people. Don't underestimate the importance of a body language.
That doesn't really count as a language.
But enough about that. What's happening to Kay? Is she alright? My, what a good friend. Isn't this great, Kay? Hey, Ray, can you chill with the children? Who are you? Are you Mr. Edgeworth's new assistant? On the contrary, my dear. I'm Ray Shields, head of the Edgeworth Law Offices. Edgeworth Law Offices. Wait, you mean like defense attorneys? Mr. Edgeworth, when did you suddenly become an attorney?
No, it's not like that. Now that I think about it, it is a rather complicated working relationship.
Here, let me give you a flashback to the last case.
Don't sweat the details. Let's start with an introductory hug. Hey, Ray. Why did you become a defense attorney, Mr. Edgeworth? Hey, don't just ignore me.
She's being really polite.
Because I don't approve at all.
Well, why don't we continue this conversation down below? Down this hole we found.
Hey, Emma, you want to jump in a hole?
That's right, the police could arrive any second now.
Mr. Edgeworth, who's she?
Emma met
I'll
Kay
explain.
once. Emma met Kay once, so this is appropriate.
Yes.
I'll explain later. First, go down this hole.
Okay, I guess I'll join in the defense team.
I'll explain about that too.
In science we trust.
Emma is not bothered by the fact that Kay is currently a fugitive.
Yeah.
Well then, let's go to the storeroom.
TBC.
BBC.
Mop up, I expect great things from you.
Yes.
To edit Ursula talking about body language to Emma's face.
April 5th, 7:06 p.m.
It's pretty dark down here. I can't see a thing.
Watch your footing, Emma.
Ouch! I think I hit my head.
Kay, be careful not to slip. Take your time coming down.
Okay, thanks, Dad.
The light switch should be somewhere around here.
This storeroom rules.
This is the hidden 51st floor. Is it being used as a storeroom? We'll need to investigate it thoroughly.
So I could definitely see why a building would just not tell people about their 51st floor, which is a storeroom.
I mean, unless they're like smuggling art in here, because that's what I hope.
See.
Mr. Edgeworth, please tell me about the case.
Right then, where should I begin?
Exposition.
I see. This is certainly a serious situation.
Why does she look like she's having so much fun?
Looks like you're in a bind, prosecutorial attorney Edgeworth.
I'm not a defense attorney, nor is there such a thing as a prosecutorial attorney.
This looks like a job for science. Don't you worry, I've got everything here in my bag.
Are you sure you're up for this, Emma? We don't have a microphone we can blow on.
Of course.
course. So, once again, it's good to be working with you, Mr. Edgeworth.
And I'm glad to be working with you as well.
Combate, Edgeworth.
Looks like we've got ourselves another cute assistant. So, what's the plan? That looks pretty suspicious to me.
Slow pan to the right.
It looks like it goes down.
I am curious as well. But first, we should investigate this room.
Okay, if you find out anything, be sure to tell Uncle Ray.
And if I remember something, I'll let you know.
Yes, please do. Emma.
Roger, I'm ready to support.
Well then, let's begin the investigation.
Okay, we're reaching hour number 2 of the stream.
True.
Do we want to push a little further, or do we want to call it a night?
Start of the investigation is a good place to break.
I think
so.
So we could do that. And since we're not gonna, because we're taking next week off, and then the week after we're also taking off. So this is a good place to stop where we will be able to remember
the plot. Hopefully.
Edgeworth and his whole entourage who is following him around. Edgeworth and his assistant's greatest hits edition.
It really is, but there was some good stuff.
I'm very happy to see Emma. I'm glad Gumshoe has had as much time as he's had in this game, because I miss him.
I just love the implied dynamics. Like, this is, like, good Ace Attorney, like, writing, right? Like, Gumshoe told me what happened, so I'm here because I'm not tied to the law, but also I have a convenient excuse to be here. And Franzie's like, I'll do whatever the fuck I want, so she can possibly come. Even if she doesn't come back, she possibly could. Like,
yeah.
It feels, this case at least feels a little less forced of why everyone's standing around.
Right, yeah.
But I'm very happy
definitely...
to see Emma. I don't know how the game mechanics are going to go on the emulator. I'm a little worried about that.
It'll be fine.
Hopefully.
What were you going to say, Kevin?
Oh, I was going to say that, like, it's good because they start paying off a lot of the plot threads that they've been setting up across the other cases, and, like, making good on threats they've been making the entire game.
That's very exciting.
Which is, like, good Ace Attorney writing. Sorry, Skelly. I spooked him. Yeah. So, Michelle and I are going to record the podcast next couple
on Sunday.
On Sunday.
So get your emails in, objecttothispodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. So we're going to record the podcast. That'll drop. And we won't see you for 2 weeks. But, you know, keep a lookout, because maybe I'll do a different game stream so you guys can pop in and hang out with us, even though we're not going to do Ace Attorney. But, you know, just keep an eye out for it. We may or may not do that. But I don't think I have any other points.
I don't think so. Thanks for coming, everybody, and hanging out and chatting a lot. It's good chat. Always good to see everybody all lively and talking and stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, in the meantime, I'm Stephanie.
I'm Michelle.
I'm Kevin.
And that was Object to This, so why don't you object to that?